All right, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, we have 355 stories, 7 to 12 minutes, depending on content. Look them up. There's gross alerts. There's all kinds of fun on there. There's everything you can think of. You'll enjoy them all. Dogs biting citizens for no reason. Dogs actually stopping at red lights. That's a good one. All kinds of weird stuff. Weird stuff, okay, that you won't hear anywhere else. And continuing on with that website, RealCopStoriesVideos.com, we're up to 126?
128.
128, whoa, of questions and answers. So ask me a question, I'll answer it, okay? Here's the question, if you want to, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com, or compile a list, and when I get the questions, I'm actually answering them directly back to you. So put them in there, and I'll personally, I have two-finger typing, but I'll get to it. I will, trust me. Okay, so now we're back, it's after 9/11, ironically today is 9/11, which is really strange, but anyway. And we're doing surveillance, okay? Surveillance is really, really good. It took us like 2 or 3 days to get it down. Now we're about a week into it. All strangers in my squad, 8 guys, myself and my supervisor were both top steps. We're the only ones who knew how to do surveillance. Taught these guys, guys, doing a great job. A month goes by, 2 months, now we're rolling. We complete everyone. None of the suspects turn back and confront us like we had happened before. Everything was great. In fact, we're even getting difficult cases because they got burned by another squad because they don't teach their people. We're only a handful of people that know how to do this. The rest of the guys, even the supervisors, they're learning on the run, and it's not working because they're getting confronted. So we'd get, tough cases where they've already been followed, and they gave them to us. So we'd follow them, and we do it so well that, can you imagine, a week after they got confronted, the crook turned around on the surveillance officers, we're back on them on a week, and they have no idea we're on them. That's how good we were. Guys are very innovative as to hiding their cars, hiding in places, going out on foot. Very neat stuff to keep these guys off track and to keep track of them. We even had guys that were, on a side note here, where they would be reading a letter, the suspect, meet somebody at a Starbucks, and they're outside the patio reading a letter, and he finishes the letter, tears it up, crumples it up, and then throws it in the trash can. As soon as they get in the car, one of my guys is diving in there head first. What's easy to figure out the letter, they're looking for something in Arabic. Okay, I don't know what Arabic looks like, but I know what something like that looks like, right? It's like, I don't know what it is, but it looks weird. So I didn't have to tell him. The first time that happened, it was like, I remember the guy's name, I'm gonna tell you his name, but he says, I'm out. And I go, okay, so-and-so, cover him. Because, somebody's out, he saw something, and one of my other guys, we work one-man cars, cover him. So the other guy just drove around and watched the other guy on foot running down across the parking lot, and the rest of us took off to follow the car. And then I'm listening for the guys on foot, 2 minutes goes by. I'm back on, okay, we're over here, okay, so they join us. I'm thinking, what was that all about? I had no idea what he's doing. Into the night, pulling behind a parking lot to debrief that day, get ready for next day's work. He goes, look what I got. He pulls over this letter, and it's all, oh my gosh, okay, so we call downtown. Remember now we're working 24 hours a day. So there's people downtown, an intelligence unit. Tell how critical that was. They drove out about 14 miles to meet us, to give us that, so we give them that letter. They're all excited. Well, it turns out it was a love letter, but but again, with the umpire story, we don't know what it is, right? It's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad, it's up, it's down. It is a nothing until we in surveillance tell you what it is. Okay, so here it is. It was a love letter, but they were still excited. Keep doing that, this is great. Okay, fine. Okay. So now, old habits never end. No habits never go away. Lieutenants, supervisors, okay. So now we're doing really well. And now it's been running for about 2 or 3 months, and what happens is, get another side note, we're working 12-hour shifts, 4 hours over every day, overtime. Okay, so now the bean counters come in and start telling the chief, we're running a lot of money here. The meter's running. You got 30 squads, 4 hours each guy, girl, every day. You can imagine the money going up. Of course, the feds kicked in a bunch too because of the emergency and all that, but still. So, unfortunately, at the same time this was happening, we got a new lieutenant. Why, like I told you before, they're like shark's teeth. Incompetent lieutenant leaves, new lieutenant. Incompetent lieutenant, he leaves, new lieutenant. It never ends, okay? New guy comes out, meets us, the 2 supervisors. This and that. Oh, we're also concerned about, overtime and, this and that. Okay, fine, but what are you saying? Is the message still there? Follow. Well, yeah, if you see something really good. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, my head's gonna explode. Hope I have time for this. We follow a guy by himself, come out of a motel, and he goes to LAX. Okay, so we get through the LAX, the little gauntlet to get in there, and we're watching him. Pulls to the curve. Guy comes out wearing robes, white robes. He's got a white turban on, Mideastern gentleman with a bag. This guy goes up to him like this. I don't know what that means. Picks up the bag, puts it in the bag. Guy gets in the back seat of the car, and the guy drives him back to the motel. Okay. Whoa. I've never seen that before. Okay, now it's like 8 o'clock at night. Okay. So we're coming in on overtime. 2 hours on overtime already. So we had to call a lieutenant that we're on overtime, which is fine. He goes, well, how important is this case? So I explained to him what I just told you. Never seen this before. This guy's obviously some kind of monkey muck, because why would this guy get on his knees and bow down to him and then take his back? Something's up here. We'd like to follow the guy in the robes. Forget the guy in the car. We know who he is. We don't care. Well, I don't know about that. He could just be. You could probably. He's in for the night. What time? It was like 9:30 now. He's probably in for the night. I said, yeah, I know, but in surveillance, I'll tell you this. In surveillance, you don't know if the guy's in or out. You know nothing. Again, you don't know anything until you follow him. We just followed this one guy from the airport to, I think it was Redondo Beach or something, not very far away. We don't know what he's up to, the guy with the robes. Okay, I think we should stay with him. Well, you're already in overtime. You know what you can do is go over there early in the morning and pick him up at 5 in the morning, and he's going to probably he's in for the night. You just assume something, not a fact. Okay, that's what attorneys will tell you. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm. Well, okay, but we're on the record. Well, I'm a lieutenant. Oh, okay, no problem. Want to do that? No big deal. Okay, very good. Side note: we had Bratton come in now from New York, police commissioner. I have a side note here. He told us on one of our training days that you remember the guy with the one eye that read the U-Haul truck that tried to put a bomb underneath the World Trade Center years before 9/11. Okay, the week before he put that bomb in there, the FBI were doing surveillance on him. They pulled the team. Why? Overtime. If they stayed one more week, they would have caught him not renting the truck, but would have caught him getting the explosives, coming up with this thing, and driving him into the bottom of that place. They would have caught him. Told us that. This is the chief, now our chief. So I never forgot that. So I go, okay, well, okay, fine. So we look at our guys, and all our guys are going, are you kidding me? I go, no. We try to get him. Okay, everybody go home. Everybody set up here at 5 in the morning. So we all went home. Basically, for most people, it's an hour home, turn around an hour, you come back after 4 hours sleep. Okay, that doesn't really matter. Pull in the lot, 5 in the morning. The car we're looking for ain't there. Wonderful. So we don't know where do you go from here? We were, okay. So we waited till about 7:38. Wait. One of my guys goes in there to the motel clerk, identifies himself. We're looking for this suspect. Oh, they checked out at 4 o'clock in the morning. They were gone. They're gone. As far as I know, they're still gone. I never saw them again. So I had to make a log of everything we did. So I wrote in there what happened, what I told you. Well, I got a call from our captain, who's in charge of all the surveillance units. Turns out I'll story about him later. Really good guy. Ex-Vietnam vet like me. Very smart man. What happened? I told him. He goes, you can hear him on the phone. I can hear him to this day. It's 30 years later. I can't believe this. I go, I'm just telling you, this is the kind, and now I really unzip my fly. I said, this is the kind of people you're giving us, these lieutenants. I said, what do they want to see? A backpack of bombs walking up to the bridge above them before we even do anything? No, this is unacceptable. He said, oh man, so that guy was relieved. He put him right back inside. And I'm going, okay, we were responsible, but apparently he did this before. These are really good people to follow. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? What is he up to? Again, maybe he's a priest, right? Maybe he's just someone that, who knows? But until we decide what he is, he could be anything. It was amazing, the mentality of the overtime taking over, the bean counting. Oh my gosh, this is going to cost us some more. They kept thinking that we were in for it for the money. Okay, that's what their thinking was. These lieutenants, there's several of them that we're in there. We're in this just for the money. I'm in here just for the money. Okay, I'm sitting in a car with my own little office. I'm eating hot dogs and McDonald's hamburgers, peeing in the bottle because I don't have time to get out of the car. Sometimes on myself because I miss. Okay. Not seeing my family, not seeing my children, not sleeping in a bed for 24 hours. Is it worth it for whatever they're going to give me 4 hours extra every day? Is it worth it for another what, $60, $80, whatever it is for what we're getting for 4 hours? We don't get that much. We're city employees. I don't think so. We're doing it. I'm doing it. We all did it for the good of everyone, for the good of the citizens, the police department, the FBI, whatever you want to call it. I don't sound corny, but in it for the money. So they seem to think it was their money. It's their checkbook. Okay. Well, if you use a checkbook or Bean County to decide enforcement posture, it's pretty bad. Okay, pretty bad. Now, grant you, a guy sitting around doing nothing. Yeah, of course, he's sitting inside an office and waiting for something to happen. Yeah, you have to consider that. We did that sometimes with like Lakers riots after the game, or demonstrations. There are units of 60 over here, 50 over there, waiting in case you're needed. But then again, you might be needed. So there's a reason for you burning that overtime, not because you're enjoying this. You're just waiting to be mobilized and go stop this thing. But the bean counters will not let you do that. So it's really weird. It was a weird combination, and I thought the captain was crazy. And then when 2 days later we had a training day, and he brought that up at training day. He brought it up. He said he just talked to lieutenants, his whole batch of them over here, and then he told the general masses, and looking right at me and my partner. If this ever happens again, I said, you have my cell phone. If it's 3 a.m, you call me, and he made those guys know it. So those lieutenants did not want to have one of us calling the captain and going around him, because this guy doesn't want to make a decision. Make the decision. All I do is say, yes, the overtime's approved. And the next day, when the slips come in about we put in 8 hours overtime, which is a lot, the captain's going to say, I found out this captain's a really good guy. He's going to say, what's with all these slips? And you give him the story. I told him, and he told me. The captain told me, I just sign him. He has to sign him. It's justified. It's different if you're sitting in a warehouse for 8 hours not doing anything. Yeah, I grant you, that's not good. You got to get the best out of your people. So even in a calamity as this, the bean counting vultures are flying around trying to keep you from working, and we're trying to fight them so we can keep working. It's just it's a whole weird situation, and I'm surprised we muddled through it with told you the original captain, which was incompetent. And then we have the lieutenants that come out. They haven't been in the field in years. They're just basically inside people running. I call them paper shufflers. Stack A, sign it and put it in stack B. Have no idea what's going on around them. They just do what they're told, and they just transfer paper. That's all they do. They have no idea how to lead personnel. I had one guy, he couldn't even talk to one of my females. He was so nervous. He never went around females. He'd always men. He had to tell her something, and he comes to me first. I go, well, just tell her. Oh, well, would it be easier? She's one of your support. Yeah, but this is supposed to come from you. She was getting a low-level admonishment on a traffic accident. It wasn't even a big deal. She hit somebody. Okay, he didn't want to even confront her with that. I said, well, you have to. You're the lieutenant. Okay, can I see you for a second? He's just seen this guy. He was like, oh man, come on. I'm gonna act like the Godfather, Marlon Brando, right? Act like a man. Come on. Okay, I need to talk to you. Oh my gosh, where are they? I know there are 2 down there somewhere. Okay. Oh my gosh. That was pretty funny. In fact, the guy was going, can you believe that guy? Oh, this is a leader of police, 22 years on, lieutenant. So he finally talked to her, and then, oh, thank you so much, and off he went. And the lady party come over and go, what was that all about? She even figured it out. She had about 7 years on. Go, what's wrong with him? We go, what did he tell you? We didn't know till she told us. He just had something he had to show her. Had to, what do you call it? What's the word? Had to, I'll get to it in a minute. Present it to her so she could sign it. It was like, had to give it to you personally. She has to sign it. And that she agrees with it, even though they don't agree with it. But it's better that than taking a day off without pay. That's what they give you in lieu of. Anyway, so she tells us, and we're going, for that? She goes, yes, that was coming around the corner, before this happened. And I didn't see this car, and I just reared it and blew out a bumper, and that was it. I got reprimanded for, basically, she was a pretty earthy gal. Basically, I had my head on my ass. We just started laughing. People say, what's wrong with him? I go, I don't know, man. She goes, I don't want to be near that guy. He's creepy. I go, I don't think he knows how to talk with women. She goes, yeah, I noticed that. He was really, his head was down, and come on, man. Jeez. Anyway, so I'll stop there, and we'll see you next time. I'll come up with some more topics and some more questions. Question to me, okay? All right, bye-bye.